guys, it's Damian here to talk to you about CQB again. I know last time we said we were going to talk about how to make that 5-step room entry into multiple structures, but someone asked me an important question, and I think it's important to address it. What are the fundamentals of CQB, right? We've talked about the basic 5-step entry, and we've talked about the different types of rooms, but we didn't talk about anything fundamental, like a baseline, right? Hey, I'm doing CQB with my friends. What do we all need to understand? So here at Apex Training Solutions, we have our own set of fundamentals, and every single trainer, every single team is maybe going to change that up a little bit. But the first thing that we like to do is to check your ego. So no matter if you've been doing CQB for 10 years, 1 year, 3 minutes, or 30 years, check your ego. We're all equals when we're in the stack and we're going into a very potentially dangerous situation. All right. After that is going to be never flag a buddy. And what flagging is when your muzzle goes across their back and you have a loaded weapon with a round in the chamber and your fingers on the trigger. We don't want you to flag your buddy. There are going to be situations in a house in a high stress environment where maybe this happens, but we want to mitigate that as much as possible, because when you go down to that last level of training that you're most comfortable at, and you have your finger on the trigger and your weapon's on fire, and your buddy walks in front of your eyes, and maybe you have tunnel vision, you're sighted in, maybe you accidentally have a negligent discharge into your friend's back, and now we have a whole different thing to deal with that we'll cover in tactical medicine. So check your ego, never flag your buddy, and expect to be entering a gunfight, right? No matter what room you go into, if you're doing CQB, it's not a fun time. Yes, if you're training, it can be a lot of fun. We use sim rounds, great. But if a SWAT team gets called and they're having to do CQB, I guarantee you they're not excited, because the one man in most situations is going to have about an 88% attrition rate, right? Meaning he gets shot, he gets hurt, he gets killed, and now he's fallen into the threshold of some kind of room in a doorway, and it impedes the stack, and now the 2-man, 3-man, etc., they're all up shit's creek without a paddle. So we want to make sure that we are, again, checking your ego, never flagging your buddy, and expect to be entering a gunfight. Just get in that mental space that you know, hey, I might be entering a gunfight. And the one man's always right, okay? This is gonna be an argument no matter what, especially with a new team. Hey, you said crisscross, but you button hooked. Hey, you said you were gonna button hook, but you crisscross. It doesn't matter where the one man goes, the 2-man goes opposite, you get his back and you make the structure safe, right? You can argue about it after, because if you're arguing about it during, everybody's not safe, right? Someone has their back to a danger area, you just let your one man go in alone because you were scared, and it's not going to be a good feeling when he gets shot because you didn't go in the room, right? Or she gets shot because you didn't go in the room. And most importantly, all these things are going to kind of fluctuate due to the mission, the manpower, and the environment. Like, where are you at? Do you have a mission, or are you clearing out your home for fun, or did someone just break in, right? Is it just you, or is your wife kitted up too and she's ready to go because she thinks she's better at CQB than you, or your husband, vice versa? And where are we at? Are we in public, or are we clearing out Walmart where it's big and open, or are we clearing out a small home that's 1,400 square feet? What is our environment? Like, all these things are going to change. Feel free to drop down below something you think should be fundamental in CQB, or maybe a fundamental that you've heard of, and let's talk about it. Let's see what we should add or why we haven't added it. Let's talk about it. Let's have an open dialogue. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay Apex.